studying the new topic, motivation in the field and relation to the performance of our followers. Let's check where we have been and where we are at and where we are heading. So this is a course content, and we started with learning about the field of sports and exercise psychology. Then we learned the topic of leadership, which is the foundational topic of the course. And we learned the three key topics under the understanding members and leaders' qualities, which include personalities generally, and arousal and performance, and attention and performance. Now we are moving with more topics under the same section, which is understanding members and leaders qualities, which are motivation in sports, self-confidence, and we will learn about skills, techniques, how to motivate people utilizing goal setting strategies. After that, we're going to move down to a couple more topics, understanding leadership style and behaviors and group dynamics. Then we'll finish the semester. So we are halfway through at the moment, okay? I have a series of lessons in relation to motivation. So first section of a motivation lecture series, Motivation 1. A lot of questions, particularly why we study about motivation. It's very important to understand the definition, boundaries of topic like motivation, what that means. And then another important topic under this, why do people do what they do? And then there is a huge theory that helps us to understand. Then we will move down to motivation lesson number 2, which is a special form of intrinsic motivation. And then third series of a motivation lesson is related to achievement motivation, which help us to answer to why do people remain and continue their activity when things are not going even well. And then that is called achievement motivation, which will be discussed after 2 weeks. Okay, and then we will discuss 2 topics related to mediating and promoting motivational processes, which are self-confidence and goal setting strategies. Now, first topic, motivation lesson series 1. What is motivation and why people do what they do? In this particular segment of the lesson, we will answer to motivation lesson series 1. Why should we learn motivation? What is motivation, by the way? Definition. What makes people motivated? How do we understand that? Research approaches we will discuss. Then 2 large theories. First one is related to this question, why do people engage in an activity that they do, which is self-determination theory right here. And another one is cognitive evaluation theory. First, why should we learn about motivation? Isn't that simple? Just kick their butt to do their work, right? It's not that simple. That's why we have to learn this topic. Out there, leaders overly simplify these strategies, and then they think if we have carrot or some sort of reward, we can move the donkey. And oftentimes we do that in our field. If I give them something, they will do what I want them to do. If I make them nervous and push them or punish them if they don't do it, then they will move to do what I want them to do, right? That is called SR approach. S means stimulus, which can be carrot or stick. Then response, human behavior. They will behave accordingly. All right, that is called donkey approach. All right, let's move this donkey approach to who we are. SR approach. So positive feedback, punishment, negative reinforcement. Like, yelling, getting yelled at, or you're yelling at somebody to move. Excuse me. When you receive a positive feedback, is that the way you feel? Like, oh, okay. Do you receive it as it is? When you get yelled at, do you correct your behavior right away, like a donkey does? Not necessarily. Human being, when they receive a positive feedback, oftentimes try to interpret that. What does that mean? If somebody tell you, oh, great job, excellent, and do you take it as it is? I am great, I did a great job. Or you start to thinking, maybe I am not good at it. That's why my teacher is encouraging me. Maybe I messed up. That's why my parents or teacher or coach is telling me good things so that I don't have to feel bad. We start having that second thoughts. When you get yelled at, you don't take it as you did something wrong right away. You started interpreting, perceiving different way. That is called SCR. So for human being, when you have a stimulus, any kind of a positive and negative reinforcement from outside, you start think about it, interpret it. Then depending on how you take it, you respond accordingly. This C, cognitive process in human ABC, is really critical to understand. Unfortunately, however, this cognitive process is invisible. It's hard to see it. That's the challenge in human behavior, understanding human behavior, and in trying to help them to improve their ABC, because the cognitive process is right there. So we are going to take a human approach, which means we will take not SR but SCR. Again, the C is invisible and is very challenging to understand. However, if we want to understand the human motivational process and develop really effective motivational strategy, we got to pay attention to this invisible cognitive process. So in this course, we will take cognitive approach to understand the motivation and to develop motivational strategies for our practice. This slide, Dr. Hodge actually talks about roles that coaches play in motivating athletes. If you watch this short video, you will see what he's emphasizing. We cannot motivate them directly, which means we cannot use SR approach. We can be facilitator in motivational process so that athletes, players accept your encouragement to self-develop their motivation, which is what? SCR approach. So now I want you to stop right here and then go to Forum 9 in this week module and respond to the question, how you define motivation. What is motivation to you?